Been all over the headlines, and some people aren't even sure it's a real addiction. But Jennifer Ketchum, who says she was a sex addict, porn star, and dominatrix who crawled out of her nightmare in sex rehab with Dr. Drew, and she's continuing her treatment in Sober House. Take a look.
I lost my virginity when I was 12. I mean, I'd had sex with at least like 15, 20 kids by the time I hit 18. I'm a monster.
Are you going to quit porn? You can't.
I can't even imagine having sex with somebody.
Okay.
Just break me.
And I just want to say before we even start, parents, you may want to take your children out of the room because this topic is not appropriate for children. And Jennifer, you said that you were a porn star for nearly 10 years. You started when you were 18 years old, and your stage name was Penny Flame. Mm-hmm. How did you even get into the porn industry?
Well, I was at San Diego State when I turned 18, and I was working a regular job and wasn't happy with that kind of income. And so I responded to an ad in the back of the San Diego State paper that said money, money, money all over it. And next thing you know, solo girl photo shoot, and then 8 years down the line, I'm directing, performing.
And yet people who defend going into these sorts of fields as, oh, it was just a way to make money, the reality was there was quite a setup there for you emotionally. That.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, aside from the money-making aspect, when my parents divorced at 13, I forbid my father from being in my life. From 13 to 26, I didn't talk to my dad. So during those really crucial years for a young woman, you know, to learn how to love a man and how to accept love from a man, I didn't allow him to be in my life. And
Why
so
not? What was the problem with him?
I was an angry little 13-year-old girl going through parents' divorce, you know.
A lot of horrible things happen. I mean, I've heard your stories. A lot of stuff happened.
So he deserved your
well,
wrath?
no, I don't deserved it, but you know, the children are just trying to cope with these chaotic circumstances.
But you became sexually active at age 12. What made you start that whole slope?
Well,
weren't you scared you'd get pregnant or STDs or something as a kid?
I used condoms.
Oh, I see.
On top of that.
You were smart enough to do that, but not smart enough to stay out of the sex area.
Well, it had nothing to do with intelligence. It had more to do with needing, emotional validation and needing to feel valuable.
Once you were in the porn industry,
sometimes people start out needing to feel
for work, and did that then just fuel, I imagine, the addiction as well, correct?
Valuable.
I was working maybe 3 days a week. I mean, that was one of the reasons why I stayed
sometimes
in
people just
the
need to
business for so long, is that I was able to work 2 days a week and then, screw around
valuable
4 days and not have to worry about making money or anything like that. It definitely fueled the addiction in that I didn't have to connect love
my
and
addiction
sex in order to have sex. And that kind of carried over my personal life.
Jennifer, when she arrived for treatment, was very disconnected from feelings. Feelings when they blow up.
At the age of 12.
And she actually came in. You want to tell the story? The exploitation was something we discussed in the first segment. Jenny had an interesting story with exploitation.
Yeah, I was watching that in the green room, and it's funny because I did
made love with quite a few
jettison my porn star career into the public eye.
To screw up the treatment, to exploit me.
Yeah, I
made
came
love to quite a few.
I was ready to paint penises all over the walls and try and sleep with the boom guy if I could.
Well, she tried to sleep with anyone.
Were not good. And then as soon as I sat down with Drew and
until it made her come undone.
Jill and you guys started calling me Jenny, and I realized I didn't connect at all to Jenny Ketchum. I can only identify as a porn star. It was
she was addicted
so your identity,
to
that
sex.
became your identity completely.
Her identity became the porn star she played. Her identity played.
It was about 5 days in treatment when I realized that I have a really big problem. And the thing about sex addiction is that because there is so much controversy surrounding it, it's to classify it as an addiction is very tricky, because there's been a ton of research that's done, and the actual chemical
like any other kind of addiction
is the same thing as like
full of want and desire.
And I will say the other thing for sure, that the model of treatment, when you conceptualize as something what Jenny had, for instance, a sexual addiction, or what Tiger Woods has, or as many of the people you see in the press, the treatment modalities that we apply for this construct work. They were. I mean, this is living proof of it. She practices the program of recovery every day, and her life. You speak for yourself. I mean, things are different.
So you're saying it doesn't matter if you call it an addiction or not?
Call it what you will.
They're calling it a behavioral addiction, like gambling.
Right. I mean, and the DSM-4, DSM-5, these things, the psychiatric classifications generally catch up with the addiction medicine field eventually. I mean, you know, even alcoholism, we argue about what that is with the psychiatrist still. But the fact is, these treatment models really change people's lives.
Did you have other issues?